Dustin's question is up next. He says, I'm 35 years old with a 28% savings rate.
Nice.
How do you balance savings and family responsibilities while still having hobbies and enjoying your time?
Boy, is it hard.
Bo, you're up.
Boy, is it hard. How do you balance? You're 35.
Dustin, take a seat.
He didn't say how old he was. I mean, he said how old, but he didn't know
He's
kids,
35.
no family
He
situation.
didn't say, yeah.
He said family, though.
I'm gonna go.
But he did say
live.
family
He said-
responsibilities,
okay.
so that, I mean,
He's a
I'm
messy
taking that
middle
as
Dustin, you're messy middle,
kids
bro.
or, yeah.
Welcome. I'll show you the handshake later. Yeah, man, it's hard. It is so hard to save appropriately and save the way that we know we want to, but create memories and opportunities and lifestyle stuff for the family, all at the while being pulled in 1,000 different directions, all at the while having 1,000 different things pulling on your back pocket. It's not easy. And so what you have to do, my opinion, in this stage is you have to figure out what works in your situation, in your circumstance. 28% is stellar. You are crushing it. You are absolutely crushing it. I hope at 28% it's not causing you to be a miser. I hope that, you're not just making your kids eat or your family eat, ramen and cereal every night for dinner. If that's the case, maybe you should reevaluate. But if you're able to do that, and maybe you're able to do fun stuff with the family and create the memories and do the things where you can bedazzle your basic life without spending a lot of money, you get to have the best of both worlds. You get to do the things that you want to do and create the fun memories and also save. And this is what I tell my wife. I say, sweetheart, because she always tells me, "Bo, I love how we're so aggressively saving. We're building up all this money. It's so wonderful. We are going to be balling at 90, and it's going to be awesome." And I'm like, "Babe, okay, I get it." But every station and stage in life has been a little bit easier because of the work we put in the last station and season of life. So 20s were kind of hard, made the 30s a little bit easier. 30s hard, gonna make the 40s a little bit easier. 40s hard, gonna make the 50s. And what you're hoping that you're doing is the hard work that your younger self is doing is basically just making deposits for the ease that hopefully your later self gets to experience. And the more you can do that, the more you can navigate that, Dustin, in this messy middle, I am of the opinion the more your future self will thank you for that.
I think the messy middle, remember when we say messy middle, really what we mean is that you're getting squeezed on both your income, meaning you feel like all your money that's in your pocket is already accounted for even before it comes in. And then you're also getting squeezed on your time. And Dustin just mentioned family. He mentioned work. Mm-hmm. He mentioned he just wanted to go have fun. So he's probably got some feelings there. Man, because if you got all these things pulling on your time, you remember your carefree self in your 20s where you're like, man, what did I do with my time in my 20s?
How did I go to movies on Tuesdays?
Because you could go play golf, you could go to the movies, you could do anything you wanted to, and now you got all these responsibilities. It's heavy. And that's why we call it the messy middle, is because everybody who's doing all the family stuff, who's doing all the responsible things, you probably are going to have some feelings in that 30s to even early 40s period of your life where you're going, how am I going to make it through this? So it's not easy, but I will tell you it's important. And that's what's really important is you can't, even with all these commitments and all these things pulling, I don't want you to take the easy way out and you just quit saving and investing altogether. Because I think that's what a lot of people think. They're like, man, I got to take care of the kids. I got to take care of this. And then you'll just say, well, I'll just pick this up, in a few years or a few months. And, but it all starts stacking up and you're really hurting yourself because time is that most potent ingredient of wealth creation. Mm-hmm. So, even though it's going to be tough, I would encourage you, still make sure you make time to save and invest as much as you can, even if it's getting squeezed down. Now, let's get philosophical. I think it's one of those things. I look back on my life and my oldest daughter, thank goodness I'm blessed in the fact that she's turned out to be pretty good, even though I don't think I was the greatest father initially. I mean, I look back, I was playing golf all the time. I was playing cards certain nights. I was going on guys' trips. I mean, I look back, my poor wife, I mean, she was one heck of a woman.
She's a good woman.
But I was not the best father, I don't think, during that phase. Now, as soon as my second child was born, we found out she had health conditions and all kind of other things. And I had my wake up call, and I think I've been a pretty good. I was going to say stellar, but I think that's call yourself stellar is
I'm going to
probably
give you stellar.
But it is one of those things. And this is what
we can attest
and also,
to
but
that.
also think I have a unique perspective in the fact that I lost my father while I was in my 20s. And he was probably the most influential person. I'll just say he was my hero. And what I know from losing somebody early is that time is more important than stuff and even taking care of yourself, because the days are long of the messy middle, but the years sure are short. And as a person who's about to go into their 50s, I can tell you that I look back and I have regrets I have some great memories and it was good laughs with my buddies when we get together. But I do think about how I should have been around a little bit more for with my oldest daughter. But my second one, I feel really good and we have some good things on that, because just like we talk about, time in the market is more important than timing the market. Time with your family and making sure that even if you don't have money, it's okay, because I've shared with you guys, even though I lost my father in my 20s, he also lost his job when I was in middle school. And the poorest time of my parents' life was actually the happiest time of my childhood, which is the weirdest thing to say out loud. But I think it shows you that how important that time is because it's just, that's what kids want. That's what your family wants. And time is more important than stuff. Experiences, even if it's just going to, driving someplace an hour and a half and going where, it's where the giraffes and the llamas spit on you from inside your own car. I mean, go do that stuff, because those are great memories, and that's the stuff that will blossom and you'll have tons of laughs about later. And then I would encourage you, as I've kind of alluded to, don't let the hobbies and your desire to seek fun, beat out the family, because I think that's the thing that I do see sometimes is you need to be very purposeful, not only with how you map out the use of your finances, but we're only on this planet for a certain amount of time. So make sure that you don't get busy wasting and have regrets later, because I think at the end of the day, you want to be good not only with your financial resources, but also of the resource of time, because that is going to what brings you fulfillment. And I think memories are eternal. Unfortunately, everything else kind of just goes away.
Yeah, Brian, it sounds like you're saying that wasting time is way more expensive than wasting money.
No doubt.